few days since we said bye to the others. Still no news about Rarer, though. If only he was gone for good. But...
Hello! You must be the traveler in Paimon? Mr. Flint has been looking for you. Unfortunately, there's been a serious wild hunt attack over at the...
The wild hunt? Oh, uh-oh. Come on, let's go!
I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This
looks like his appetite truly is insatiable. As if the power of that energy cannon wasn't enough.
He's not seriously still getting stronger? What's...
Everyone's here already!
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rarir to strike, but it's like he just vanished into thin air. That is, until this morning, when a
And we're sure that... Who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like this.
Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Reiki of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon.
Traveler, there wasn't a shred of sanity left.
Yeah, didn't he shout out a bunch of names? Ooh, Paimon gets chills just thinking about it.
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage.
Yeah, unless...
The other thing is, how does someone who's...
Beats me.
According to certain medical...
there are many besides his name.
Exactly. And I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nod Krai, we still wouldn't find more...
So, if we do nothing, he'll just keep getting stronger. Last time we had Marionette and her big robo-buddy to help us. And we still barely help... Oh, Paimon's head hurts just thinking about...
Well, I do have a... somewhere like the Eye of Krati. Or the...
A perfectly reasonable hype...
I agree, we should...
Wait, why he...
If I recall correctly, your largest goddess statue was carved...
That's right. Yes, it could well be a potential target of his.
Splitting up's always gonna be risky. But I can't... And if we do...
That's when you follow the third rule of treasure hunting. Run like the wind.
Didn't you say the third rule was go with the flow?
I don't know. Did I? Anyway, whatever.
Agreed. If anyone finds so much as a trace of Rarir, do not pursue him. Get out of the area and alert the rest of us as soon as possible. We need to put safe...
All right, we'd better get moving. Come on, Inepha, let's go.
Any leads?
Nope. Diddle. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. Ugh, I hate that.
So, you guys didn't find anything
Not loving the word.
I questioned a few Ratnik, almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either that, or he's just extremely cautious.
He's been biding his time for a while now.
No idea. Since regaining his...
All we can do now is hope that Aino and Anefa turn up some leads. Darn it, Rarir. If you've got the guts, come face me one-on-one! Wait, he's actually here? I didn't mean it!
No, it's coming from... Silver Moon Hall! The Lady Kutar might be in danger!
Let's get over there, quick! Why is he attacking the damsel elect? What's going on?
No time for questions. Stop him!
This is insane.
Yehuda, get Kutar out of here!
On it.
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now you shall plunge into darkness. Thalindus, soon I will find a way.
Watch out!
Barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional...
I have a question. When me and Anefa showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. What was that all about? We weren't there for the whole thing either. They were already duking it out by the time we arrived.
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started. It all escalated so quickly, we had no choice but to step in.
Kutar, can you shed any light on the situation?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see.
Wait, She's the moon goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks just like all those statues.
There are many reasons why people might worship the moon, and just as many why they might despise it. I've never met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility towards me. Why he holds me in such contempt, I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon, it's no surprise that I am a target.
Kutar.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the traveler escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking revenge. It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you and seeks to take it for his own. The list goes on. But right now, devising a counter-strategy should be our #1 priority. The likelihood of this location being discovered is close to 100%.
A counter-strategy? But we don't stand a chance against an enemy like this. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world, right? So as long as we can sneak out of Nod Krai undetected. No, I can't say that. Come on, Yehoda. This is serious stuff. You can't. Running is our only option. Huh? You seem surprised. But what other choice do we have? We are facing an enemy we cannot possibly defeat in battle. Well, I mean, yeah, but still. It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make your escape.
Wait, what? You're gonna act as bait?
Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one he's after. A coyote doesn't stop for... What is it? The Frost Moon Scions have already
We can't just roll over and let him get away with this. That's not our style.
Yeah, we can't just call... Besides, she'd pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive...
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now.
River's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's...
But...
Kutar, I know why you left the Frost Moon Scion so long ago. It was because people started... They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaning. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything, and that sometimes it takes losing something precious. After much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frost Moon Scions need you. Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. What I truly hope is that you'll choose to stay, not out of obligation, but as part of our family. You were born here, and now you've returned. Who knows? Perhaps it was the moonlight that guided you home.
Thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. Very well then.
Both times you saved us,
It is. But I'm rejected by the world. My power is...
What do you mean, reject?
The 3 moons belong to the ancient bygone era. The 3 moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the yet moonlight has a way of blend. But this method of It's the wild hunt!
Even faster than we expected. We'll have to finish this conversation later.
See how those wild hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scouting party, which means Rerir won't be far behind.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get the heck out of here!
lush as the moonlight.
Be silent. Close your eyes. Do you fear them?
Oh, they just keep coming! This is driving me nuts!
Rear's closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them! And this time, we can't fall back on Kutar's house to escape! This goes on much longer.
The long string of bands.
Alternating protocol. For the everlasting forest.
The night.
Look, Eraser!
Annihilation mode. Leave this place. By the frostman bones.
Feel the dark. Beware the creatures of the night.
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could chew?
How are you? Uncle Varka! You're back from Amsvartnir? Whoa! You're Varka? Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius?
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole. Follow me. I know...
Oh, is that where I think it is?
That's the one. Come on, move! There's no time to waste.
Wow! Where are we? This is...
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in Nod Krai, and a contact hub for the Northern aka the Black Market of Intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel. Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nod Krai should be pretty familiar with me by now, but I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
We've heard all about you. This meeting's been a long time. You look way younger than Paimon expected. But you definitely have that Grand Master vibe.
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Amsvartnir without a wink of sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac.
Another?
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the knights along to give him a little surprise, but he saw us coming from a mile off. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop him. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt. The rest, you all—
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few days? Because he sees you as a threat?
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power. He's clearly working up towards something.
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nod Krai? Why is the Wild Hunt returned in humanoid form? And why is—
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this Wild Hunt activity in Nod Krai is the work of the Raker of Solnari, one of the 5 sinners. Oh, that's a lot to take in. Need some time to wrap my head around it all.
I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka. You stood with us against the Wild Hunt and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown catastrophe. And then—
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will blow. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to completely wipe it out. Turns out, we were just delaying the inevitable. But now that a new variable has come into play, fate may well—
A new variable?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think— That said, while Aino was explaining everything just now, some of the points that Mr. Flint—
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some— I don't know who or what could pull something like that off.
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log, a Nod Krai Ratnik's Field Journal, and Kuvaki Survey Log.
Oh. No.
Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing up when we most need them. Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again. From here on out, we'll have to resolve— Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it's— But is it even possible that he orchestrated all— The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari, Nod Krai of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So, what do we do now? Got any idea?
Right now, we've got at least 3 things. First, we need to figure out how to take down Rarir. To my knowledge, the bulk of Nod Krai's fighting for—
What if there was a way to tap into—
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. They say that back— I now bear the—
Hold on. Are you suggesting—
The iridescent moon.
That's right.
The 3 moons are—
According to my analysis,
I know a way, but—
The experimental
Yes.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't go—
Then that's settled. Next up, our second priority. As you saw for yourselves, when he was still in his Wild Hunt form, everything he did was for the sake of People's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. There must be a reason why he despises the moon so— The Wild Hunt has plagued Nod Krai for centuries now. If we want to stop it for good—
It's true. We still know. If Kutar hadn't given us the—
But where would we even start?
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstaking.
She heard me. Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal. But it looked...
Details, details. Miss Neffer, the important thing is that you've arrived at the perfect time. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rerir. Given the severity of the situation, we can't do this without the curatorium. But I knew it'd be a tough...
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place, Neffer? Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence?
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nod Krai without my help? Besides, I'm the one running this gig. Of course I know where the meeting place is.
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're after, she's your woman. Pretty much seen and heard it all.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble, huh? Well, this certainly qualifies as an unforced...
So you're just going to sit this one out?
Why should I get involved? What could possibly be...
What if we told you we can't do this without you?
Oh? Then I'd say, you'd better make it worth my while.
I can't put a price on something like this. It's just not in my nature. But then again, you and I have always been polar opposites in this regard. If you insist on compensation, I will pay you. Consider this a formal commission. Sound fair?
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a moon chanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start passing the donation box.
Boss, just a thought. If they come up short, maybe things got really dangerous during the fight with Rerir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be ley line fodder by now. If there's any way we can make this work, I'd really like...
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. They are the hardest debts to repay. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well, Yehoda, I will help. But just this once. Don't count Flynn's. That fragment that Rerir was after. Do you...
Of course.
Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up on some leads.
Wait, you actually have...
Shh. This is top secret information.
I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves. Plus, I know we can count on you, so we'll leave the intel gathering in your hands. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract... I'm in for this part, no matter what. Anyone coming with?
Count me in too.
Come off it, you two. Quit playing heroes. I'm way ahead of you here. And Nefa did a scan of the Moon Goddess's Kuvaki signature, and once they're ready, we'll deploy the decoys across Nod Krai. So as long as the rest of you keep moving...
I like it. Genius idea.
No biggie.
All right then, we'll split. Once your team has finished their mission, return here and wait for the others. Dismiss!
Lady Damselette. Wait. And you two? We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna...
Huh! You really think that's gonna scare us off?
We're not looking for any trouble. I just want to see Zandrone.
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted fugitive for deserting us? Out of consideration for our former ties and the crisis we're all up against, we'll let you leave in one piece. But don't even...
Let them in.
But
Are you going to make me repeat that?
no, my lady.
Zandrone seems to be in a good mood. Must be maintenance day.
So tell me, to what do I owe the honor this time? Actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina.
I promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time and satisfy my own curiosity. Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
What? Huh? You mean the knave?
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino. Is she in Nod Krai?
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nod Krai are me and... What is it you need to speak to her about anyway?
Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost moon. Is that a no, then?
As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone decided to whisk me away.
Have you held any tea parties lately?
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent and sensitive guests who won't stop asking where you've gone. Oh, they've been a real joy.
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Just like you used to do to me when I upset you.
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? I keep losing people. First Rosaline, now you. I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly, what could be more ridiculous than a multi-centenarian goddess who's only ever had the plain herbal tea she received as offerings?
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time. Was it really just to see how I'd react?
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my only form of entertainment. Oh, yeah. And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around, too. But I guess we won't be seeing him again. Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Polonia! Have Favronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. Will suffice.
Pass along a message for me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care.
Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much to you, maybe quitting the Fatui wasn't your brightest move. Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly.
But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. At the end of the day, it was just enough. I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand. It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on.
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a reason to stay as I do. The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing. I get why you. But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we. That might be your plan. Huh? What do you mean? Listen.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde of monsters is headed straight for the facility.
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this. Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself? Huh. You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. You really think you can afford to... Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Polonia from crushing him last time, but I've made sure that won't happen again. Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as friendlies in a weapon system. Don't tell me what to do! Look, if you're leaving, make it quick, or you'll just get in my way. There's a secret passage on the second... Stare all you want, Columbina. You're not getting another invitation to my tea party.
I know.
This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those... Come on then, Mr. Ray here. Let's pick up where we left off. It's your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations. Polonia, get in!
I've upgraded Polonia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every last scrap of your data. So let's finish this, once and for all.
Where did she go?
Hey, over here, you big...
Curse it. Moon. Go. Keep searching. She cannot have gotten far.
So this is your method for investigating Rarir's past. It almost looks like some kind of ceremony.
Good deduction. But it's quite a different affair from what you're used to with the Frost Moon Scions.
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off. Oh, I guess this must be Sumero decor? That's where Boss is from. And that nice shopkeeper who sold me my treasure compass.
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned, but it looks like you're all...
Whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've got a feeling this isn't going... I've never faced Rarir myself, but from what you've told me, his power is beyond anything I could imagine. I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should...
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets. So what are you saying? You're getting cold feet?
Once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if the power I'm relying on will even work on an opponent of this caliber. And also how to make sure death is the one...
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death.
For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe like Rarir, is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary.
Eh? Find who?
That shady merchant.
Come on, boss. Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
I genuinely can't run anymore.
Hey!
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See, look how easygoing she is.
Dori Sangama Bay? I never would have pictured you two doing business together.
If you want to make it big in Nod Krai, it's all about connections. Lady Nefer just so happens to have a lot of intel that interests me. It was back when I first arrived in Nod Krai. My trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp, had an adverse reaction to the Kuvaki, and when you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself in a life-or-death situation. Good thing my compatriot was there. I've been giving her a 30% discount off all of my goods ever since. Now, so that no one here feels left out, I'm willing to extend a 20% discount. Plus, any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord Sangamabe is nothing. So, let me guess. You've run into some trouble. I've got everything you...
You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of...
The one type of gear I've... At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent you're dealing with here. If even your work...
What if I told you it's someone with the power...
Is that so? then we really...
You're
a powerful woman, if you're willing to wait. I can ask...
Then let me...
Of course not! I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No.
Let's just say I'm borrowing it, all right? Just for insurance. Favors are the worst kind of debt.
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 mora. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
That will be all. Take care now. Don't trip up on your way.
See you later! You're my favorite shop.
Excellent. Everything is well and truly... After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me. So remember. Now then, let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past. I made it. I don't recognize this style of art. Simple furnishing. Looks like the fearsome Raker of... Unless this passed for... Anyway.
Hi, Reverie. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I'll test it out. P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups.
They didn't sign their name.
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. Joseph asked for, but if he invites me again, chances are...
The Lindis. That's the same name Rerir mentioned.
Crane imports keep falling. Honestly, I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy. That just isn't the kind of thing I like to eat.
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because Conria is... That would explain why they use so much stone. They even use alchemically modified...
I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy it, and keep it some...
Making a big He really is, despite what he... Did Rerir rip it out himself?
Before I met you, at the burial place, it was you.
This is just trivial. The burial...
Rerir! Dane! Oh, and...
Hello there, Rerir. You need not address... He doesn't get that much free time, so... So...
Hey, don't look at me.
Come on, don't give us that. I just didn't expect...
Yeah.
So...
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point.
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be a member of the King's Guard.
Of course he does.
Me? Same old, nothing much to... What's up, Vet?
It's... That if only... And yet, despite... Does he even know me? Why did he react so strongly?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. So this is what Rare perfectly normal. No different from anyone. As frightening as this monster is.
Felindis? You're back early?
Our equipment's being serviced today, so Aw, why the long face? Is something the matter?
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a...
Vedifilnir showed up today, too.
Ah, Mr. Vedifilnir. Yes, I've heard of him.
He overheard Dainsleif mention that I'd recently proposed, and seemed to have an issue with it. But when I asked what it was, he kept it to him.
So, you're worried? You can be such a child sometime. We're nobodies. Why would the visionary be concerned? I'm sure someone in his position...
Maybe.
You worry too much, Rare. We've been together for ages now, and everything's been going so well, has it not? You've...
So, you do remember. Tell me then.
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this. We may be nobodies in the grand scheme of things, but if we want things to work out, we've still got to plan ahead.
All right. Take your time. Just don't keep me waiting. Nobodies. Sounds about right. Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Meanwhile, every idea they come up with, the opposition tried to speak out. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword. What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Felindis? There's no reason we can't.
See? You just need to stay I can feel your warmth just seeing you. That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which...
You go ahead. I just have a few things to take care of.
Even busier than the big shot.
Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain.
Well, that goes with that. Besides, they're
All right.
It seems like Rare. He clearly doesn't... Let's dig a little.
Our last operation...
After all these years...
Indeed. Conria has...
That many of its secrets...
You still haven't told...
Where would I even start? How do you tell someone?
You didn't choose...
But I'll sure as heck be the... Speaking of which, someone...
Your concerns are... Take care, Ray.
Thanks, Thorkel. Felindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie. But that's exactly what the Moonlit Dynasties are a thing of the past. Could that be why? I have to get a clear answer.
Rare seems to be very concerned. Vedifilnir and... I've investigated this whole... Should I try...
So, he's late after... Are you waiting for someone, ma'am? Could I tempt you into...
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
For someone so young...
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eyes. May we have a word in private?
Who are you? And what do you want?
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately, so I decided to take the... Not long ago, the Ray here of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds. We suffered many casualties, and many...
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me this.
Wait, hear me out.
This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his name is Rarier. And he claims to be one of the king's guards.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner. But surely, you must have caught a whiff of the—
Why are you telling me all of—
Simple.
How strange. Rarier was nowhere to be seen. Rarier couldn't possibly— Why would her memories appear in his fragment? The ceremony won't last much.
So that was your doing? Did you just—
Any more questions, and I'll have to start charging.
I had no idea you could do that, boss! Seriously, that was amazing! I gotta admit, though, I'm itching to see what happens next.
I'm just as curious as you are, but the ceremony only allows for limited time inside. Luckily, we managed to learn quite a lot.
So far, so good. I just hope the others are doing okay, too. Especially the group with the Traveler. Their mission is a risky one.
If you're worried about them, go see how they're doing.
If I know Boss, she's gonna need some time to write up all the details and make sure it's all coherent.
Oh, they've been prowling around for nearly 2 days now. Oh, they might not have seen us yet, but them constantly sweeping the area? Oh, that's never gonna work. If they spot us, they'll run straight back to Rarier. And once he knows we're here, guess you're... We almost got spotted! Phew! That was a close call. Watch out! It's coming this way! Keep going. We're nearly there. This is the final hurdle. Oh, there's no end to these things.
You look weak, Columbina. The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the Tsaritsa, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy price, doesn't it?
It's Arlecchino!
Hello again, Columbina. And greetings, guests of the House of the Hearth.
It's been a while, Arlecchino.
Stupid right here of stupid Solnari. Ugh, whatever. I've got all the data I need. He sure doesn't pull his punch.
Excuse me, do you need a...
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Can't you see I'm busy? Wait a minute. I recognize...
Hello, Miss Sandrone. Father sent us over to help.
How considerate of her. Hey, Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Lenny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machines. Nearly every machine that cat girl touches ends up going haywire. Go put her on cleaning duty or something.
Then let's start downstairs. Fremine, we'll leave this place to you. You've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have to make it yourselves.
It's a relief to see you all made it back in one piece.
Huh? Feels like there's quite a few people missing. Where's Flint's...
I returned ahead of them. Flint is helping Aino and Anefa to set up the decoys and buy some time. As for Miss Nefer...
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent us back to fill you all in.
I see. Then let's get... But first, who do we have here? You brought someone else in to help?
Greetings. I was invited here to help as a longtime tea party companion of Columbina's. You may call me Arlecchino.
Surely it can't be.
Those eyes. Oh, where have I seen them before?
The only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers. So either you share a pretty uncommon name, or you're more than just a tea party buddy.
You're well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Nod Krai, and yet the people and affairs of Snezhnaya seem to hold a special...
Oh, the feeling's mutual.
A Fatui Harbinger.
The atmosphere in here just got really tense. Guess we can't just start trusting Fatui Harbingers, even...
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the moon goddess no longer belongs to the Fatui, what makes...
Nor does Nod Krai belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka. Yet still, you're fighting for it all the same. Things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Sometimes, stopping things from spiraling out of control is a higher priority than chasing the spoils of victory. Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Forgive me. I don't mean to doubt you. It's just that the Fatui really have been... We have our own way of doing things here in Nod Krai. But ever since they arrived, the Fatui have treated us with nothing but hostility.
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. I've done my utmost to avoid friction whenever I could. But sometimes fundamental conflicts of interest simply can't be settled amicably. That's why I'm here solely in a personal capacity. This has nothing to do with as a gesture of good faith. I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track down the iridescent moon's marrow, which will help her restore more of her... Anyway, what else is on the agenda? Let's begin.
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips up, but she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the...
Well, since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to handle that, we'll proceed to the next topic.
All right, listen up, everyone. First, we now know that Rerir was originally a Conrian secret agent whose primary...
The dregs of the Crimson Moon.
In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and Eclipse, and a whole bunch of other stuff from the time...
To my knowledge, those were the names of two different Conrian dynasties. Long, long ago, it is said that the people of Conria worshipped the Crimson Moon, drawing a... But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed, hence the name of the new dynasty that replaced it, and how it became the new emblem of Conria.
Still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, the Vinster King, still coveted the secrets it left behind. So, he sent the Rehir of Solnari to... In those days, Rerir showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was as normal as any other person. Oh, and he had a fiancé. Or at least, a would-be fiancé. What's the matter?
Verfnir, Freindaughter, Flinders.
Interesting. Anything else?
Well, she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum, but...
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rerir's fragment also contains...
Well, no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. In it, the Lindis, it's...
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she... Oh yeah. Just like how it was with the captain.
If we could somehow find her, Do you think there's
It's possible. But it would take a miracle. That merchant who never knows. Dori Sangama Bay.
Alright then. Let's keep working in our separate teams. Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino will go look for the... As for the others...
On the way over here, I noticed that the wild hunt monsters had grown even more frenzied in their search for Kutar. At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger too. So I'm thinking of gathering together some of our followers.
I'll head back to the curatorium and meet up.
Feels good knowing we've all got something. Given that the Wild Hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their own operations too. If that is the case, I'll hold the fort for now. Then discuss our next move with Flints, Aino, and Anefa when they get back.
Alright then.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything,
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we can.
Relax. Just do your thing. Now, I decided to call in some backup since things are getting so hairy. Stay safe, everyone. Dismiss.
We're back. Did we get here a little...
A tad late. The others have already set off. To summarize, our resident moon goddess has found us a new ally. Everything going smoothly on...
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them for. The decoys are getting taken out. I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right now. Oh, right. Anefa, could you fill in Uncle Varka on what we just discussed with Flynn?
Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how when you went to investigate a source of the wild... But according to Flint's intel, several outbreaks of the wild hunt had already occurred in Nod Krai in the... That was before Rerir had regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength.
Flint's, with everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers are... I know. I'm sure you're capable of coming up with some... And Effa and I will head back over to Amsfartnir to see if there's...
I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal's a deal. Not a word about my snack intake for the next...
Database updated. Reliability of Aino's predictions increased.
They were betting on how you'd...
It's the obvious choice, isn't it? That's hardly worth betting on.
We already decided that someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides...
So I've ended up with the easy...
Here.
Arlecchino, hold up a second. Since you brought us all we still haven't got the slightest idea what's...
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon. And one of the last surviving embers of the Two Worlds' flames.
Huh? Are you serious? Isn't... You're a descendant of that Crimson Moon dynasty where we're just...
Your surprise is understandable. I was also taken aback when I first learned it, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized the signs had been there. When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blood through my... What's more, whenever I experience... Exactly. That is why my hands are like this, too. At first, I saw it only as a... Together with my own investigations over the past few years, for instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more since this blood flame was... You all understand the nature of the...
If I recall correctly.
Yes. And that's the reason I'm always careful...
Oh, sounds intense.
Anyway, the rest of...
Paimon has a question. Does that mean that the Karians were to the Crimson Moon.
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were like. But I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. The iridescent moon's remains simply served as their link to the Abyss. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the Abyss. Or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead, the Crimson Moon's glow never truly faded. If you want—
The first time we met, I sensed something familiar in your presence. When I looked at you, I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye. In your flames, I saw its broken image, surrounded by a strange black aura.
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson Moon is still a mystery, and I'd prefer not to end up as the object of an insane research project. Anyway, time is against us here, so if there's any other questions, they'll have to wait. I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to contain the iridescent moon's marrow yourself, you intend to leave it in my custody, correct?
That's right. For now, it's the only way I can pay you back for your help. The iridescent moon is already part of who you are, so with its marrow in your possession, you'll be even more powerful than before.
Deal. Then let's get started.
Get what started? What does this place have to do with the Crimson Moon?
When I first became a Harbinger, the Jester gave me a book called Harry, also known as Leobranto. You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story set in the Crimson Moon era. But setting aside the tangled romances of its characters, it also records a few interesting details. In the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes, there was an orphanage that received children from beyond the bounds of this world, and subjected them to a peculiar induction ceremony.
Beyond the bounds of this world? For real? And what kind of induction ceremony?
The Crimson Moon sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpassed the gods. But fearing they might lose control, they subjected these children to a process of refinement. They made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally admitted to having died and seen a crimson moon. The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual, telling them, "Within the fireplace, you have traversed the flames between two worlds. Here and now, you are born anew." The book leaves much unsaid.
That explains why I can't sense the crimson.
But there's no fireplace here.
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two worlds. In other words, the flames that burn within me. Those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly afterimage in the world. In the days of Conria, people believed they could be used to bridge the gap between the two worlds of life and death. In short, I can open a passage to that space for you. That's the easy part. The catch is I'll need to stay on this side to keep the passage open, so I won't be able to come with you. Once you're inside, you'll have to find your own way. Very well. Then I'll open it up.
Traveler, spare me a little more moonlight if you would. I mean... Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now. It should be enough to move us across short distances and confront whatever dangers might await.
Mistress of the 7 hues of ages past, Great Mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the 2 realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself now and beseech your descent. One word of advice. As you're crossing over, no matter what voices you hear, do not answer.
Got it!
I sense a sinister gloom inside, but also the familiar light of the moon. I feel that I am about to meet an old friend who has changed beyond all recognition.
The show begins! Shower me with praise! Hey! Look up at the sky! A red moon! This must be the spot, right? Is that the abyss?
What a tragic sight.
Careful! There's some... By the way, Kalambina, didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon is shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty cold, Paimon. How is that possible?
Just like I thought. It was only a facade.
Echo in song!
Forest, protect us.
Incoming! Off we go! Teamwork is strength!
Stay your hand.
under the mountain?
Let's see. Ah! There's some kind of weird... Wait, see that? Looks like a... Looks like a device from the time of Kalia. Maybe people once came here to study the Crimson Moon's domain, and they left this behind. Oh, if we could activate it, we might find some
Felindus, we'll leave the rest of the research.
I hope this isn't ruining... Felindus? Is that Rere's girl? Oh, yeah.
The Abyss has... Maybe that...
Whenever I see this waning moon, for me, of all people...
Leave this place.
Looks like the Abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again. Let's see if there are any other devices nearby.
Cut to the chase.
You poor lost... A grave transcript.
I'm going in. Let's light it up. Time to shine. How dare you? Adventure time! Off we go!
I see. So the moon marrow, or rather the power of the three moons, if it really does exist. With the Abyss inhibitors in oh, Rerir. With every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. If only I...
Hey look! The moon's reflection is back to normal! Elendis' voice...
It must be.
Then there's no time to lose! Destroy these things before we can reach it!
Yoo-hoo! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Forest?
Speed of light! Ha! With sword comes shadow! Hit! Ha!
My name echo in song! Hang in there! We're so close!
The iridescent moon's marrow. Still burning away. If we can purify the abyssal power. It's so cold. Is it you? Are you here?
Huh? Are you talking to us?
At long last, I can see you once more. I'm sorry. I lied to you. Even knowing what the moment tell me. You look so... But trust me when I say that everything
What was that all about? It sounded like she was speaking to a long-lost friend.
Perhaps. She took me for a fading soul.
But anyway, All right. That's odd. This place looks different than when we came in.
Waning moon.
Huh?
Oh, lifeless damsel.
Oh. Hurry! The place is collapsing!
It wants to trap us here.
Who's it? The abyss?
Now we've taken the moon marrow. All that's left here is a dark will. It will show us no mercy.
Give it back! The crimson moons! My marrow! My heart! Finally! Huh? Oh no! The exit's blocked! They're back! Now what do we do?
This is where you fall. Witness my rise. What are you waiting for?
Was that you, Arlecchino? Did you save us? Wait, your hands! They're...
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price to pay. The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you out. No wonder it's a little angry. No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the Abyss. Purification would simply destroy whatever's left of them.
But surely... Oh... We're so sorry, Arlecchino.
As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth is I was simply holding up my end of the deal.
Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care.
I'll take that as a blessing. Now, Columbina. Feeling stronger?
Hey, Columbina! Are you okay?
I'm fine.
By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair to say that your strength has returned, at least to the level it was at as Third Harbinger.
It's still not enough. There's no way I can hope to challenge. Just one more ray of moonlight, if you would. It's okay. I can take...
How about now? Fighting fit?
At the very least, I won't have to stay hidden. I want to see him gone from Nod Krai. The ray here of Solnari and his wild hunt must...
Well, it's good to have something to aim for. You certainly seem more alive now than you did earlier. When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight. More like a wisp of fog drifting in from... But now...
Thank you. Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. I know you have plans, but whatever you're after, don't let the Abyss take a hold of you.
I appreciate the concern, Columbina.
A new name?
Kutar, the Moon Maiden, Columbina. They're nothing more. We often use code names in the House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. All I'll say is this. All right. That's it.
You're the...
I appreciate the...